tried my entire life, like some would say painfully shy. Wanted to be a model. Turns out I'm only 5'2", so that dream is dead. Tried everything, like sent in my applications, my headshots everywhere, and they were like, you're 5'1", so and they like laughed in my face. And I said, you know what, whatever, fine, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and I'm gonna be my own actress in my own movies, and I'm gonna take my own pictures and be my own model. Started my little YouTube channel like 10 years ago. Probably 3 different YouTube channels. They were all terrible. None of them took off or did well. So the one that I have now, I've had for like a couple years, and I posted on and off. I was posting on YouTube before. I just made vlogs, and I thought it was just so fun to make videos. I'm absolutely obsessed with making my own videos, like making my own content altogether. So making my own videos and taking my own photos. It just never took off, but I also didn't post regularly because I just didn't really have the confidence. Like, I thought my life was just boring and lame, and I was poor, and I just spit. And I was poor, and I didn't think anybody really cared about my life. But then I had this idea, and I don't know where it came from, but I was just feeling a little traumatized. I was having a lot of inner turmoil, and I started making videos about my past, like about growing up in the hood, because that's where I'm from, North St. Louis, you know, a little bit of a rough area, a little rough neighborhood, but that's where I'm from. So I started making videos about my life, having grown up in the ghetto. And you know what, they did pretty good. Like, I had a few people that related to my videos and to my thoughts, and that was the start for me. Like, as soon as people started to respond to my videos, I understood that you had to be like more vulnerable on YouTube and be like more yourself. But that would prove to be a struggle for me up until this point. So I did make those videos, but I was having sort of a hard time when I made those videos. So once I came out of that hard time, I didn't really want to make, you know, those sad videos anymore. And so I started vlogging again, but I didn't really have any direction. Once I realized the things that I had going for me, like, you know, I live in St. Louis, so I don't think geographically I had that much going on for me. Like, we're landlocked, we're in the Midwest. We just got a lot of lame going on. Geographically, it's not that great, you know? It doesn't have the lure of New York City or LA. Sorry. Does anybody watch Letterkenny? Because that episode where they're talking about LA, like how everybody from LA says it like that.
Oh, I hate the weather up here. It's so much warmer in LA.
Oh yeah, didn't you not know it gets just as cold in LA? It's just a different kind of cold in LA. It's desert, you know.
Pull your finger out of your ass.
That's exactly what I say. So pull your finger out of your ass.
I'm obsessed with Letterkenny. I love that show. But then, I don't know, something about getting older just kind of made me realize how good I did have it here, and how a lot of things I like about St. Louis, and a lot of things that everybody else who lives here loves about St. Louis. Like, people wouldn't live here if they didn't love it. And I don't know, I guess I just started to realize that, like, the city was cool. And like, every city that you live in has its charm and its quirks and whatever. So I started vlogging more about living in downtown St. Louis, where I live, and being over 30, which I am. So I don't know, I found a way to like find the qualities about myself that made me different. And then I started making videos like that.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem
over 100 videos later, she gained her confidence. Confidence. What's that from? Doing the confidence. What's that from? I can't remember, my brain. But she started to gain her confidence, and I've made over 100 videos, and now YouTube just feels like home to me. Instagram and TikTok just have this way of making you feel kind of bad about yourself. YouTube is my home base. It's my comfort TV show. By the way, comment below what's your comfort TV show. Mine is The Big Bang Theory and The Office and Two Broke Girls and Broad City. I have a few. So I posted my first video that got like over 1,000 views, which, oh my God, y'all, I was so excited about like 1,000 views, but like, I was so happy to get 1,000 views. Like, mind you, all my vlogs are getting 20 views at this point, and I appreciate every single 20 of you. I appreciate all 20 of you who view my vlogs and like it. Thank you so much. I had this video that got like a couple thousand views, and I got my first comment from a stranger. My heart just melted into pieces. And my friends, bless you for commenting on all my videos. Thank you so much. I love you. But it's different when it comes from a stranger who like saw your title and your thumbnail and clicked on it, even though they didn't know who you were. And then they left a comment and they related to your story. And I appreciated that so much. One of the most special things about YouTube is when somebody who doesn't know you sees like your face and your thumbnail and whatever, and they click it, and then they don't know you, but they sit there and listen to you talk, and then they relate and understand what you're saying. There's just something really special about that. I'm a very shy person in person. It's really hard for me to make friends, and so that's why it's so easy for me to sit in front of my camera like alone in my house and just talk to y'all. But I'm not really very good at talking like this in person to people. So when I can finally get all my thoughts out, and then somebody hears me finally and they're like, yes girl, I relate to that, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. In person, all my thoughts come out like this. I've been really embracing being over 30, being a Black woman living in downtown St. Louis. Not the most glamorous city, but she's got charm, she's got personality. And I actually love it. I love downtown, it's beautiful. There's big brick buildings everywhere, and the people are honestly so nice, and it's just fun. So currently I've been doing these like Sex and the City diaries, because Sex and the City was one of my absolute favorite shows, just like growing up and now. I love the whole vibe of Carrie Bradshaw and her friends in New York City, just living their best 30 or over lives. I really appreciated Sex and the City for the women looking physically like they're 30 years old. The like jazzy soundtrack, immaculate. So I watched, I think her name is Camila, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Editing Mila here. I just noticed that Camila came out with a new video after I made this video and continued to say her name wrong. So sorry girl, it's Camila. But I was watching her video about how YouTube changed her life, and of course that inspired me to make this video. But just, I related to that video so much, especially when she was talking about confidence, because when I first started vlogging, I couldn't even like take my camera out outside. I was so nervous. Everybody would stare at me. It's just a little bit nerve-wracking to take your camera out and like do the whole thing. Like, you gotta get the cute, like, pretty aesthetic clips or whatever, so sometimes you just put your camera down like the middle of the street and you just get in front of it and show off your outfit a little bit, or like do a cute little like twirl or something. And yo, I could not do that at all when I first started vlogging. I was terrified. But then the more I did it, the more I kind of did it for the people I knew were watching my vlogs. It gave me this feeling of not being scared, because I knew who I was filming it for. So like, I knew that 20 people would watch it. I did it for the YouTube video. I was very scared to like set my camera down in front of a group of people at the restaurant. I had my camera on a whole tripod. So it was like this big, and I had to sit down in front of everybody and like film myself reading my book, and film myself like drinking my smoothie and like looking at my outfit. And I was trying to make it look natural, but I just don't really care anymore. That's the great part, is I lack confidence in other areas, but I've gained so much confidence in most other areas of my life, especially when it comes to not caring that people are staring at me. Because I feel like that's the hardest part about vlogging, is that everyone's kind of staring at you and wondering why the hell you're like talking to a camera or looking at a camera or filming yourself eating or something. Even though I was more comfortable on camera in my living room, I still had a hard time opening up and like talking and being vulnerable to like the camera, because I usually only do those things in my head. So it was really hard for me. I basically had like selective mutism growing up. So imagine going from like somebody saying hi to you and you not being able to speak to like talking to a bunch of people on camera, you know what I mean? She also said this thing about how watching her videos back lets her see herself through a second person perspective. And okay, this phenomena has been happening to me for years, but it's also why I keep making videos, because I get this weird phenomena of like feeling like I'm in my own movie, seeing yourself in your own little movies and like people in your world that you love, and like your old apartment. Like say you watch your video later on and you're in like your old apartment, you're hearing yourself talk, and you realize that you used to have a different mindset, or that you used to do things differently or feel a certain way when you were like younger, or you know, at any other times in your life. I love that part of making videos. I love getting to watch the video back later and thinking to myself, wow, I can't believe that my hair looked like that. I can't believe that I talked like that. Like, I can't believe that I was in this place and now I'm in this place. It's just this beautiful, like, introspective, weird sort of phenomena. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it has a name or anything. It was great to have a little chat with y'all, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat.
Chess